Hi everyone, it's Dr. Smith. Welcome back to winter quarter of PCOR 2016. The module 14CL1 is largely around environmental epidemiology and also a concept that is new to many of you and to me as well, of the exposome. The exposome is new and a very dynamic field of study, and there are many opportunities around research and application and practice using this as a model for health risk assessment and also health determination. It's particularly relevant to us this quarter as we look at individual determinants of health and how you can be healthier by understanding what you've been exposed to and what your overall propensity is for disease. That's going to be part of your signature assignment, AP1, Personal Determinants of Health, where you'll complete a genogram and also look at where you lived and what might have been influencing your health, in addition to your inherent genetic makeup. The exposome and research around this is a very highly integrated and interdisciplinary practice. It encompasses biology, epidemiology, genetics, and public health. Toxicology, metabolomics, a lot of terms you may not be familiar with, are a part of this, trying to integrate what are the things outside your genetic makeup that can influence your health long term. There are personal choices involved here, but there are certain things that you, just because who you are and how you're made and where you live, cannot be influenced by personal choices. They can be assisted by personal choices, but not changed essentially by personal choices. We'll talk about that some more. The concepts of epidemiology, and particularly environmental epidemiology, are key to understanding the exposome and understanding where you come from a family perspective, from a geographic perspective, are important in determining your health. We talk about the exposome, and just by the definition, expo, you think external, but the exposome actually has both external, such as the quality of the air, the quality of the water, the quality of the environment where you live, as well as internal processes. And if you will please watch the videos that are attached to this assignment, you'll get a better understanding of what the external exposome and the internal exposome have to do with your personal determinants of health. This, combined with the genogram and other exercises for the signature project, will give you a better understanding of overall determinants of health as it relates to you individually. It's also very relevant to population health, because those people who live in a certain area are exposed to certain things in the exterior environment also have a filter that their personal determinants of health, both genetic and internal exposome, can determine. The exposome, as I mentioned, is a rapidly growing area of research, and it's a very broad concept which many organizations and individual scientists are trying to pin down and better define. The international community has embraced the exposome, and again, back to the readings for this assignment, provide very important information. The Helix project coming out of the European Union, as well as the Hercules project out of Emory University, another video with Dr. Gary Miller that you'll watch, show you the commitment of scientists to understand better how the exposome influences both personal and public health. In the module, you'll use knowledge previously gained last quarter around exposure assessment, around toxicology, around understanding determinants of exposure from external sources, in combining that with what you'll learn this quarter around personal determinants of health and further information about the exposome, to be able to understand some of the issues that are outstanding for us as public health practitioners to actually address. The module will integrate concepts and practical applications of the exposome, and environmental epidemiology. As I mentioned before, it will integrate into Assessment Project 1, Personal Determinants of Health, and also the first GIS workshop next week, which will have you doing a story map of where you lived, where you came from, what you might have been exposed to, as well as those components of the genogram, your personal determinants of health that can't be changed or influenced, and how that relates to the overall theme of the quarter, which is personal determinants of health and how we can influence those things. I think this is a most exciting area of research and investigation, and it brings a lot of opportunity in public health, both for understanding basic mechanisms, exposure pathways, as well as interventions from a public health standpoint. And so we are allowed with this kind of information to tailor our approaches in public health to those communities and individuals who are experiencing and have experienced, and because of their genetic makeup or the origins of where they came from, have certain determinants that are not malleable or changeable. So I think this is a very exciting area of study. If you have questions after you complete the assignment, I am very happy to talk with any and all of you about how this might apply to your further study, your further research, and opportunities past your graduate degree here in public health. Thank you so much.